Hello, and welcome to today's storytelling session. My name is Sarah, and I'll be your narrator for this heartfelt tale. Today we delve into the world of The Last Leaf, a story that captures the essence of hope, sacrifice, and the enduring power of friendship. Written by O. Henry, this timeless classic unfolds in the artistic quarters of Greenwich Village, where the struggles of two young women and a selfless act of courage leave a lasting impression on all who hear it. As the crisp winds of autumn carry whispers of change, join me in exploring a tale that reminds us of the beauty in resilience and the quiet heroism that can save a life. So settle in, let your imagination take flight, and allow the story of The Last Leaf to inspire and move you. Without further ado, let us begin. In a quaint neighborhood of Greenwich Village, the crisp autumn air carried whispers of impending winter. The streets were lined with cobblestone, their edges adorned with scattered leaves, painted in hues of orange and red. This artistic enclave was home to many dreamers, their lives intertwined by their shared passion for creativity and survival. Each turn of the narrow alleys revealed a glimpse into the bohemian life. A painter hurriedly carrying canvases, a poet scribbling verses on scraps of paper, or a musician strumming a melody to accompany the rhythm of the falling leaves. Among these artists, in a small dimly lit apartment on the top floor of a weathered brick building, lived two young women, Sue and Johnsy. They were not just friends but kindred spirits, brought together by their shared struggles and dreams. Sue, with her auburn hair tied back neatly, spent her days sketching vibrant portraits. She had an infectious optimism, a trait that often masked the worries of their precarious finances. Johnsy, her quiet and delicate counterpart, painted serene landscapes inspired by the world beyond their tiny window. She had a reserved demeanor, but her art spoke volumes, capturing emotions in every stroke. Their apartment was modest, with creaky wooden floors and walls adorned with unfinished sketches and paintings. A small stove in the corner provided warmth, though it struggled against the biting chill that seeped through the drafty windows. Despite its shortcomings, the space was a sanctuary, filled with the aroma of paint and the hum of creative energy. However, as the days grew colder, a shadow loomed over their small sanctuary. Johnsy had fallen ill, struck by pneumonia, a merciless illness that swept through the city, claiming lives indiscriminately. The once vibrant painter now lay in bed, her pale face framed by raven-black hair that clung to her damp forehead. Her weakened state contrasted starkly with the life she had once poured onto her canvases. Through their single frosted window, Johnsy gazed out at an ancient ivy vine that clung to the neighboring building. Its leaves, battered by relentless winds, seemed to mirror her own fragility. She whispered one day, her voice weak yet resolute, "When the last leaf falls, I shall go too." Sue's heart clenched at those words. Desperate to keep her friend anchored to life, she sought solace and hope, though the withering ivy vine seemed an ominous harbinger of Johnsy's resolve. Sue refused to accept Johnsy's grim proclamation. Determined to lift her friend's spirits, she devoted herself to creating art more vivid and inspiring than ever before. Each stroke of her pencil and every splash of color was an unspoken plea for Johnsy to find the will to fight. She filled the apartment with cheerful chatter, recounting tales from their past and weaving fantasies of their future. "Do you remember the time we painted that mural for the cafe down the street?" Sue asked one evening, her voice brimming with forced enthusiasm. "The owner was so thrilled, he gave us free coffee for a month." She chuckled, hoping to elicit even the faintest smile from Johnsy. As the winds howled outside, Sue worked tirelessly, occasionally glancing at the frail figure of her friend. Johnsy lay motionless, her eyes fixed on the dwindling leaves of the ivy vine. The once vibrant green now faded to brittle shades of brown and yellow. Each falling leaf seemed to drain her spirit further. In a bid to shift Johnsie's focus, Sue shared stories of their future adventures. "We'll visit Italy one day," she said, her voice tinged with desperation. "Imagine painting the golden sunsets over Florence or sketching the canals of Venice. We'll dine under the stars and toast to our dreams." But Johnsie's response was a faint smile, quickly replaced by her solemn gaze back to the vine. Her eyes traced the veins of each leaf, as though counting down to an inevitable end. Sue's heart ached as she watched her friend slip further into despair. One evening, as the storm raged outside, Sue couldn't bear the silence. She decided to seek help from their neighbor, Mr. Behrman, an elderly artist who lived below them. Behrman was a gruff man, known for his unfulfilled dream of creating a masterpiece. Despite his grumbling nature, Sue knew he harbored a kind heart beneath his gruff exterior. "She's given up Behrman," Sue confessed, her voice quivering. "She believes her life is tied to that vine. When the last leaf falls, she'll let go." Behrman's eyes softened. "A foolish notion," he muttered, stroking his unkempt beard. Yet, his gaze lingered on Sue, filled with unspoken determination. "Rest assured, Missy. That leaf won't fall tonight." That night, as Sue drifted into an uneasy sleep, Behrman climbed the creaking stairs to his modest apartment. From his window, he stared at the vine, now left with only one stubborn leaf. The wind roared with ferocity, threatening to strip it away at any moment. In the dim glow of a single lamp, Behrman prepared his tools. His hands, calloused from years of labor, steadied as he mixed his paints. Donning his tattered coat and battered hat, he ventured into the storm. The rain lashed against his face, and the icy wind gnawed at his bones, but Behrman's resolve remained unyielding. Under the cover of darkness, he approached the wall where the ivy clung. His movements were deliberate yet hurried, knowing time was against him. With each brushstroke he painted a leaf so vivid, so lifelike, it seemed to pulsate with defiance against the storm. By dawn, Behrman returned to his apartment, soaked to the bone. Exhausted, he collapsed onto his cot, his masterpiece complete. The storm subsided, leaving a stillness in its wake. As sunlight filtered through the window, Johnsie awoke. Her gaze instinctively turned to the vine. There it was, the last leaf, steadfast and unyielding. Its vibrant green seemed to mock the odds, standing firm against the tempest that had stripped away its companions. "It didn't fall," Johnsie whispered, her voice tinged with wonder. Something stirred within her, a flicker of hope she thought had long been extinguished. Sue watched in awe as Johnsie's demeanor shifted. The resilient leaf rekindled a spark of determination in her frail friend. For the first time in days, Johnsie asked for something to eat, signaling her will to recover. As days passed, Johnsie's health began to improve. The stubborn leaf remained steadfast on the vine, an unwavering symbol of resilience. Sue marveled at the transformation in her friend, attributing it to the mysterious power of hope. One morning, as Sue prepared breakfast, the sound of hushed whispers in the hallway drew her attention. Their landlady stood at the door, her expression grave. "Mr. Behrman is gone," she said, her voice laden with sorrow. "Gone?" Sue repeated, confusion etched on her face. "Pneumonia took him last night," the landlady explained. "He was found in his apartment, soaked and freezing. The doctor said he must have been out in the storm." Sue's heart sank as she pieced together the events of that fateful night. Rushing to the window, she stared at the vine. Her breath caught in her throat as realization dawned. The last leaf was not real, it was a painting. Behrman's masterpiece, crafted in the throes of the storm, was a final act of love and sacrifice. Tears streamed down Sue's face as she recounted the story to Johnsy. "He gave us his masterpiece," she whispered, her voice trembling. "He gave it to save you." Johnsy's eyes welled with tears. The weight of Behrman's sacrifice filled her with a renewed sense of purpose. She resolved to honor his memory by embracing life, no matter how fragile it might seem. The painted leaf, clinging steadfastly to the wall, became a symbol of hope and resilience for all who heard the story. It was a reminder that even in the face of despair, acts of kindness and courage could breathe life into the most fragile of hearts. Thank you for listening to the story of the lost leaf. I hope it inspired you as much as it has touched countless others over the years. This tale is a testament to the profound impact of selflessness and the enduring power of hope. Remember, even the smallest acts of kindness can create ripples of change in someone's life. If you enjoyed this story and want to explore more captivating narratives while improving your English vocabulary, please like, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with your friends. By joining us, you'll gain access to a world of rich storytelling and language learning, helping you grow your skills in an engaging and meaningful way. Together, let's make learning English an unforgettable journey. Until next time, this is Sarah, signing off. Stay inspired, and keep learning. Goodbye, see you next video.